It's good to have you with us this morning. And I need to check and make sure my mic is on and not muted. So just hang on there a minute. Now it looks like everything's going good. Output's working right, and it's coming up good. All right. Sometimes you have to check out these little technical problems before you can really get a good stream. R.A. Clark writes that he had an incident in his life called refusing to be found. And this is found in his book, Life is Not a Snapshot, It's a Mosaic. My youngest daughter and I have have something in common. I'm sure that even she does not know this yet. We both had a similar incident as a small child where we hid ourselves and refused to be found. The experience I had, at least as it was told me, was when my parents lived on a lake in Louisiana. The house was built on piers and provided a wonderful place for a little boy to explore, which I did. When my parents discovered that I was missing, they began to call for me as parents do in those moments. I, on the other hand, was very happy under the house and simply refused to answer. Of course, living on a lake left the obvious conclusion looming in everyone's mind. I had fallen in the lake and had drowned. Since I'm writing this today, you can assume that it was not the case. I was found and though I didn't remember the punishment for not answering the call of my parents, I never refused to be found again. My daughter's hiding story happened in my first parsonage. We had guests in our home, and after a while, we noticed that she was missing. I can still remember being frantic as we searched everywhere inside and outside the house. We called, but no answer was heard. The happy ending was that we found her asleep in one of the closets. She had gotten tired of the noisy visitors, found the only quiet place left in the house, and refused to be found just like her father did once. These two incidents in my life are in stark contrast to God's desire not to be hidden, but to be found by all. Two sections of Scripture speak to this. One is from the Psalms, the other is from Acts. In Psalms 53:2, it says, God looks down from heaven upon the children of men to see if they are any who understand, who seek God. And then in Acts, it says, then Paul stood in the midst of the Acropolis and said, men of Athens, I perceive that in all things you are very religious. For as I was passing through and considering the objects of your worship, I even found an altar with the inscription, to the unknown God. Therefore, the one whom you worship without knowing, him I proclaim to you, so that you shall seek the Lord in the hope that they might grope for him and find him, though he is not far from each of us. That's in Acts 17:22 and on. The good news is that God is not hiding. He wants to be found and is very close to you today. Reach out. The hand you feel is his. It is not God that is refusing to be found, but us. Something to think about. God bless you. Have a great Wednesday. Hopefully you'll find a church to go to this evening.